Well, as we move into the third week of March, it's very clear that people are getting desperate for a general Nintendo Direct, because we're starting to see rumors and leaks pop out, and a lot of them just make no sense, and including today's topic, which is apparently an entire Nintendo Direct got leaked online, the entire show, and yeah, it's just ridiculous. So right off the bat, I'm going to show this list and talk about this Nintendo Direct leak just for the sake of it, but yeah, don't believe any of this. There's a very good chance that none of this is true. But let's get into it. I don't really know where this comes from, but it just popped up online one day, but apparently there is a Nintendo Direct coming. First, today's video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an awesome website to hit up for quick and instant deals on select digital titles across all the consoles. Yes, you got your Xbox, PlayStation 5, and even Nintendo Switch, where you can get great deals on digital content. You can just click the drop down, choose your console, and find great deals on select digital games and even eShop cards and DLC packs. Whether you're just a fan of Nintendo games or any other platform, you will find some type of deal for you. So feel free to click the link in my description down below in order to go find some deals of your own. And once again, big thanks to Instant Gaming for sponsoring today's video. But okay, let's jump into this Direct. It states that this Nintendo Direct is coming on April 18th and breaks it down between segment, headline, segment, headline, segment, headlines, and a final segment. So let's just see what's on here. Apparently the first big reveal is going to be Hyrule Warriors, The Imprisoning War, and that comes out November 21st. Yeah. I mean, this sounds like something Nintendo would do because it's on the smaller scale before moving on to the next console. Nintendo already had two Hyrule Warriors games with the original and then obviously Age of Calamity for Breath of the Wild. So what's stopping them from doing one with Tears of the Kingdom? And I think it actually would probably work out pretty good because you have the old sages that you could use in that game. You have Rauru, you have Sonya, even officially have Ganondorf. They could even have Link thrown back in there, like he time traveled to go back there with Zelda or something along those lines. And they have a new moveset with Link using his arm and stuff like that. You even have that one that's like the ancient heroes aspect that can maybe, you know, go into detail about who that was back then. Would be really cool. But yeah, they could even add new characters, add new villains and stuff like that, and make a new story out of just the Imprisoning War all the way back then. But another huge problem would be using that same world again after they've already used it like 2 or 3 times. So, I mean, back in the beginning of the kingdom with Rauru and Sonya, I feel like the kingdom definitely looked different. We've seen scenes where it definitely did look different, so maybe they could, who knows? But, you know, Nintendo loves their Hyrule Warriors. They could do a third one. This one isn't super crazy. Then we jump into the first batch of headlines, which is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, Monster Hunter Stories, Endless Ocean Luminous, Epic Mickey Rebrush, and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. Now, once again, these sound pretty legit. Like, there's nothing super huge here, and lots of just recaps, for instance, of Endless Ocean, Epic Mickey, Paper Mario. But you got Monster Hunter Stories in there. But then The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker is interesting that they would just put the Wind Waker on Switch, and that's like the one game. It's not going to be combined with, you know, Twilight Princess or something. It feels like, yeah, they've already had that on the Wii U as a standalone game. There's no way they put it on the Switch as a standalone game. I would feel like it has to be packed in with something. It just doesn't feel like it's enough, but it's Nintendo. You know, Nintendo, they might just end up doing this. The next segment will be Fire Emblem Echoes, Scars of Jugdral, if I'm pronouncing that right. But pretty much this is taking from those rumors suggesting that we're going to get a Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War remake. Who knows what's going on with that? I still think there is going to be some type of Fire Emblem. We need a Fire Emblem because it's been a while, and I just feel like Nintendo always likes to have one of those in a Direct. So yeah, it makes sense. Once again, I don't believe anything on this list, but it's making sense. You know, it sounds like something Nintendo would do, but I don't really have much else to say about that. But yeah, Fire Emblem remake. Then we have another batch of headlines with Animal Crossing New Leaf HD. I'm just going to say right now, I do not think Nintendo does this. It just doesn't make sense to me to release an Animal Crossing game that's an older game ever, because like you would have to add lots of content to it to keep people wanting to play it and stuff like that. There's already a lot of content in that game, but still, I feel like people, you know, when they get a new Animal Crossing, they want something to keep them coming back to it, new content, you know, every season and stuff like that. And especially with the rumors suggesting that a huge brand new Animal Crossing is coming in around 2026. Yeah, I feel like this is something that they're not going to really want to do. They're not going to want to remake an old Animal Crossing game. They're just going to wait for the next one each time, which just makes sense. You don't need to remaster any of those old Animal Crossing games. But they also put down Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time, Deca Police, Little Kitty, Big City, and Biomutant. So yeah, lots of games in there that seems like it would be put into a Nintendo Direct batch of headlines. So, I mean, they did a good job making this believable, I tell you that, because some of this does sound like it would be in a Nintendo Direct, just stuff that a lot of people just like, okay, move on, when's the next, first party Nintendo game? But the next segment will be Super Mario Party 2. Now, this is interesting because I definitely completely expect there to be a Mario Party soon. It's been a little while, but Super Mario Party was not actually that good, and a lot of people didn't like it that much because it tried to go back to its original roots, but it just didn't do enough. For instance, I think the mini games and stuff was really good, but the problem was the boards were very, very boring and bland and small and just not that good. So a lot of people ended up dismissing Super Mario Party pretty fast, but then Mario Party Superstars came out, which kind of brought back all the old boards and old mini games, and people really liked that one. So I don't know, maybe they do, just move on with the Super Mario Party branding, and they learn from the first one and they make a really good second one. I think it makes sense after you've already went through Mario Parties 1 through 10 originally, so why not start the Super Mario Party groupings of games? So we'll see. It's hard to say right now, but yeah, I definitely expect a Mario Party soon, and this isn't, once again, completely out of touch. And now for the last batch of headlines, we have Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2, Scale Wave Unbound, Call of Duty Black Ops Collection, Braid Anniversary Edition, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, probably just getting a small trailer. Yeah, this is where kind of like, for one, Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yes, we need Galaxy 2, but is Nintendo really going to re-release Mario Galaxy 1 with that? It just sounds so strange. After being in the 3D All-Stars collection, now 64 and Sunshine are just like, you can't have those. But hey, Galaxy's coming back, and you actually can pay for that. And then, here's the thing. If you've already bought the 3D collection, and you just wanted to play Galaxy 2, you're going to have to buy this brand new collection where you once again get Galaxy 1 in order to get Galaxy 2. Yeah, no. I mean, come on. Nintendo's stupid. But is Nintendo that stupid? I mean, people would be outraged if they couldn't find a way to purchase Galaxy 2 alone, and they had to buy a collection of Galaxy 1 once again, if they even already own it on the 3D collection. Yeah, that's just stupid. Now, I know Nintendo signed a deal to get Call of Duty games on Switch for the next 5 to 10 years or something like that. I don't know exactly how long it was. But yeah, I don't think that's going to start until the new console drops because, I don't think people want to play Call of Duty on the current Switch right now. It's just, no matter what games they are, especially if it's just a Black Ops collection. Still, that includes Black Ops 4, which is a newer game. It's going to look like butt on the current Switch. So I feel like Nintendo wants to wait for that new console for something like that. And then I guess the final segment is just Metroid Crazy, which is definitely just some wishful thinking. But yes, Metroid Samus Returns from the 3DS making a return in HD on the Switch. Yes, that would be cool because they kind of took a lot of those mechanics and put them in Dread. So I would love to see that game on Switch. Metroid Prime 2 and 3 is probably the most realistic thing. We know that's probably coming very, very soon, especially if Metroid Prime 4 is anytime soon. But then Metroid Prime 4 Extinction as the big holiday game. I still do not believe this. I do not think Metroid Prime 4 is coming to current Switch, and if it does, it's going to be a cross-release with the new Switch, but no, I think it's going to be, primarily the new console. I think it's going to be very graphically demanding, and I feel like it just doesn't make sense to release it on this console that's not dying, but definitely on its way out and on its last couple of legs. So they definitely want to put this on the best hardware that they can. I feel like it'd be a huge missed opportunity, especially with how long development time and redevelopment time has been. Please just put it on the new console. But yeah, that is your leaked Nintendo Direct. But yeah, no, I don't believe really any of this, and it's actually kind of doubled down thanks to Piero, the one person we can believe, as Piero actually liked someone's tweet that mentioned, you don't need Piero to tell you that this isn't true, lol. Just need a brain. And yes, Piero did like that tweet. So yeah, it's clear as day that this wasn't true. But at the same time, it did try to be somewhat realistic. Nothing super huge, no bombshell of a game, because, if we do get a Nintendo Direct, a general Nintendo Direct for this year, it's not going to be huge. They're gearing up for this next console, and let's face it, the Nintendo Switch, the main Switch this year, is not going to get a lot of information. We have Princess Peach coming out this week, we have Paper Mario and Luigi's Mansion, and then we are done for all we know so far. So I'm sure there's maybe a couple small things, but yeah, don't expect anything huge from an upcoming Nintendo Direct. Let me know what you think about this supposed leaked one, and what games would you have been excited for if this was real, and what games would you not be excited for if this is real, and what would you like to be added to a, an official general Nintendo Direct if it was to happen this year still. But thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. Before you go, make sure you join the official Nintendo Land Discord. It will be linked down below, but make sure you check it out because we are playing tons of 3DS and Wii U games before the servers go offline the beginning of April. So stop everything you're doing and feel free to join the Discord if you want to play with me. But thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.